the first few steps we're going to take out in this episode is we're going to complete the missions, the secondary missions, I believe they're called, where we can garner some credits. So we have enough resources on board. I'm currently full. I cannot mine anything else. I will not be able to pull anything in because our metal storage is currently full to the max. If I just bring up the HUD, you'll be able to see we're at 993 out of 1,000 tons for our metal storage. So we're at a bottleneck, and we need to go and expand that bottleneck. So there are a few objectives that we need to look at. So if I press tab here, we're going to have a look at the bulletin board, and this will tie to the objectives you see in the top right here. So we've got deposit iron for 120 tons, deposit silicate for 100 tons. And these two are related to deliver refined silicates and iron run, which gives you 10 XP and 1,000 credits on this one, and the iron run is another 1,000 credits, which will bring us to 9,000 credits in total. If we go over to our research, that will mean that we will be able to unlock the tier 2 Hulk node, which is key because we can build that using our tier 2 construction module, which is on the top of our rig Mark 1, and we can expand our fleet. And what I want to create with this unlock is that we're going to look to effectively create our first combat corvette, because there is, and you'll see this, there is a huge hulking massive salvage currently being defended by around 51 pirate drones, and we need something that has a bit more firepower than our current rig Mark 1, which currently has one assault laser, I think tier 1 or tier 2 assault laser on it. And if we have a look in the modules here and we expand this and we have a look at lasers, yeah, it's one tier 1 assault laser, which isn't ideal. So the idea is we complete the missions, where we hand in the credits, we unlock what we need to, and then we'll go and salvage as much as we can, refined resources from wreckages. And once that's run out, we can then think about combining the 4 pieces of refinery station. So in one of the prior videos, one of the viewers, commenters actually stated, look, there are these pieces flying around, put them together and you can start refining effectively. And that will really solidify our foothold in this region and ensure that we're able to supply Pannonia 2 with ample resources over time and just continue to push ahead in that direction. So let's get started. We're going to dive straight in. We're going to be flying over to the Reclamation 9. So I'm going to go and focus on that and see if I can get a heading on there that is automatic, and I doubt it. Sometimes it lets you. Is it left click? It's left click. Ignore me. So you have to just, if it's not totally in range where it shows the little blue icon that you can interact, you can left click on it and it won't fly over to that station. And we'll just click on that and it's going to let us to fly over. So let's see if this does this automatically. I have a feeling I'm actually going. I'm going to do it manually. I just want to get fully clear of this wreckage, which we will come back to, and we're just going to fly over to our ship at the station here, and we're going to deposit 120 iron, 100 silicates, and we're going to go from there, which is going to be very, very good. So while we're flying over, we're going to have a look at the research and see what else we can effectively get. And I'm just looking through here, and I think industry, yeah, nothing in here. Mining, however, we actually need to start getting some research points so that we can actually start really expanding the capabilities of our current station and future stations and ships we put together. Because there's more modular designs, there's different arrays which have 4-piece locations, there are connectors with 2 tier 2 or tier 1 module locations on them, and so on and so forth. There's so much that we can do, and then we've got thrusters, and it really starts expanding. There's so much you can do, particularly with the industry. There's lots that we could do with the industry, and on the refinery stations that we're putting together, I believe the actual refining module, which is this refinery station on here, has 2 tier 2 refineries on it, and that's so much quicker than what I can build on this, which would be a tier 1. So we are here. We're now going to start some trade. And we're going to deposit 120 iron. So we're going to click on sell. We're going to set this to 120. Confirm. And we're also going to do the silicates for 100. And we still have quite a sufficient amount of iron and silicates in stock to build our fleet. And we have 160 cobalt, and that's so hard to get and have to hand. But let's just confirm this trade. And we now have our money. So with our money, we're going to go to research. We're going to unlock the Hulk node. Okay, and I am going to go ahead. I wonder if I can build two things. I want a hauling ship that can carry a ton of resources, okay, because we'll do that for large bulk trades where we fly to and from. And then we're going to build a combat corvette. And while this is happening, because I've got the money and I have excessive resources, we're going to go ahead and build on a new build point. So by clicking this button on the bottom left, we have a build point, and we can actually move it on various axes. So up, down, X and Y, and I can't remember. I can never forget what the other letter is, but yeah, it's on across all three-dimensional movement. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and select a Hulk node. Okay, now my tier 2 laser is going to see that immediately, and it's going to start constructing. And and also hold the phone. This station is building as well. Is that going to save me resources? No. Okay, so what it did, it just threw the energy here. So it's with each node that you build, it's going to require energy on top of standard resources. In this case, it's iron, silicate, and cobalt. 10 cobalt, 80 silicates, and 50 iron. But it was good that the station actually just supercharged it with the energy that's required, which is a total of 800. So this ship here is actually going to be our little combat corvette, okay? And we're going to give it enough lasers that it's going to be able to take out the 51 pirate drones, which are sat over by that big cluster of that huge wreckage, which is going to give us all the resources we need. So we've developed, we've given the silicates, we've got the money for it, and we actually got an extra 1,000. You're selling it to them, and then you get credits as well as a result of completing the mission. And we've actually leveled up. So leveling up, let's see what this offers us. We have Gauss targeting system tuning, flat cannon system tuning, or Eonite fuel optimization, all of which I don't think is perfect for us. I mean, flat cannons, I'm just trying to see. And also we unlock all of these potential items that we can research as well, which is a medium array node, which is really good. Just gives us a bit more capabilities on our smaller ships, building out more of the smaller nodules that we can put on. A solar panel, a solar array frame, mining laser tier 2, officers' quarters, refinery, cleft node, water storage. So with this, I don't know if we're going to be using Eonite this early on. I'm wondering, Gauss targeting system increases mass driver range by 30%. And increases flat cannon range by 30. I just need to find out. We're just going to have a look at what we can build on here. And I'm going to have a look at... Yeah, that's a Gatling gun. Does that come under flak? I don't know. Let's just have a look and research. And we're going to have a look at weapons. Is there a flak cannon? Yes, there is. It's tier 2 flak cannon right there. But we need... Another thing that we need is munitions. We don't have that for kinetic weapons. Basically they shoot bullets as opposed to using lasers or munitions. So we'll have to leave that out. I think the only thing I can choose here, I've actually just gotten a really rotten draw with this, and I'm gonna have to go with the Eonite fuel consumption, just in case we need to be traveling around everywhere. So what we're going to do with this, okay, this ship, I don't think these require, no, they do not require colonists, so we don't need to worry about that. This will be a fully self-sufficient combat corvette. Actually, while I'm saying that, because I just want to make sure that I can do it, I'd like to get to this. I'm gonna have to get the slant piece. Oh no, it's 5,000 credits and 500 research points, which is not great. So we're gonna put our lasers on here. Now this one here, I'm just gonna go laser there, laser there. Actually, you know what we could do prior to doing that? I'm just going to cancel these because I just need to check the orientation of it.
Construction completed.
Oh, you know what? It's already made. I'm going to scrap it, confirm, and same with this one. Scrap, confirm. Right. And then I can see the resources just flying around on the outside, which is fine. But we just need to check the orientation. So this is actually, that is the front. Okay, so we need to just rotate it round so we have the front facing our ship so it's easier to construct on. And we'll go back to build. And here, laser. Now that's unusual. I think it's because, no, we're good now. It's because there were some resources just in the way. But we're going to do this all across the front. Have I accidentally put a Gatling gun on there? No, it is 2 lasers, good. And on here, and on here as well. Excellent. So this will also need, I imagine, I'm just trying to work this out. So we will need some power on here. So I'm going to go with, under energy, we're going to go for some solar arrays. And I might actually just put, just trying to think how I'm going to build this. Let's have a look on what module pieces we have. So we have this and we have that. So the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to put a ton of these on to really flesh it out and give us a lot to work with. So we have all these little mini nodes, these tier 1 array nodes that we can put on. But we're now out of resources. And why are we out of resources? We had so much. I bet you it's iron, and it is. So we will need to, you know what, I'm actually going to buy back the iron that I sent across. So I'm going to just right click on here, trade. We're going to go iron. Oh, I don't want all of that. Let's try 100. Yeah, that's 2,110. Yeah, confirm, and we'll get that all back, which is great. And then we'll just need to, what we want eventually when we research it, sorry, is on the back here we want a tier 4 array, which will be angled diagonally, so that you'll have these nodes here available, and then around the sides other nodes available. Right, so looking at this, we may have to fly back to the wreckage that we were mining earlier, and or we could actually sell some of the silicates that we have on board just to make a bit of money. And we can do that. I actually have too much water. I have 6 hours worth of water. So if I go here, I might just sell maybe a third of the water that I have to hand, because that is selling quite a bit. It's 30 a piece, but they're full. Not ideal. Okay, so I can't sell it to them because their storage is full, but I can potentially look at selling. I'll sell the iron chunk, and I'm going to sell maybe about 90 of my silicates. Yeah, it gives you 1,116, so we'll sell that across. It's going to give us some more space as well. Okay, so we're building our corvette, or just kind of like our assault drone, effectively. And on the front here, I'm actually going to put on a few more lasers as well. How much are these lasers again? I think I'm over stimulating this ship. 30, 30, and 5, so it's a lot. I'm not going to put any more on. I think the 4 are fine for now. We do have some more iron, I hope, coming in. No, we are out of iron. Oh no, we have 90. That's great. What are we missing on these bits here? It's just silicates and iron. So it's probably because there we are. We're in range now. So if I rotate that round, perfect. We'll build the last few bits on. Okay, so around the back here, I'm going to put some solar panels here, like so, and that is only 5 and 5. So we could do a few of these.
Construction completed. Construction completed. Construction
Okay.
completed.
So that's fine. And now I need to think of how we're going to dump excessive heat. Just thinking about this, because this will also need energy on the back of it. I'm wondering if we go ahead, there's no tier 2 element here, but I could actually just put another tier 1 of these on the back just for now. And that will be the heat, okay, dumpers. And here, I'm just going to put energy on, because I think energy will be very key for this. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, that was wrong.
Construction completed.
Get all the energy on the back here. Excellent. I think we've got our little corvette. This is looking very good. Let's just play around with the movement. Let's just keep an eye on heat. Is not quite there. It's probably because I haven't built them yet. But here, the heat expelling will need to be these thermal radiators on the back. And we still have some other potential nodes that we can fill out at some point. Now, we are good on the heat level. I don't know if we need water. This bar should be at full blah, 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 blah. Maintain a steady water level to efficient operation of a module while being and the well-being of your crew. Keep this bar topped up to avoid shortages that could impact critical systems. But I don't think any of these use water. Let's just have a quick look. No water consumption there. No water consumption. No water consumption. Power output. Nothing. But I wonder if I go onto a habitat, it will tell me if it's consuming water. Yeah, 66 liters a minute. Whereas this, I don't think will need anything. So we have our combat corvette, or our attack drone here, currently armed with 4 assault lasers, and it feels really nimble, actually. Okay, and we're going to go over to the 51 pirate drones, if I remember where they are. I think it was just here, yeah, which is this. It's the debris. And I think we're going to go and take that out. Let's just see how this works. This seems very... yeah, this seems fine. It's currently got a total weight of 400 tons. But all we have on here are weapons, effectively. Nice. Right, let's just get this over here. We're going to turn on the... yeah, the weapons are online. We don't need water. We have tons of energy in stock. We may need to think about putting some dumpers on if it really starts overheating, but we can think about that later. We are moving at 100 meters per second. This is not a slow drone by any measure, but I think it does look pretty damn good. And we're going to get in some action very shortly. Well, we're going to be testing whether or not this is any good, that's for sure. But it's got no cargo bays or anything like that. We need to slow right down. And I think if we turn on our overlay, we're going to have a look at the weapon ranges. Look at that for coverage. We're going to be hitting absolutely everything. Yeah, this is good. And we're just going to rotate round and take everything out. Just move in, rotate so that everything is in vision. And this is good. This is very good indeed. Very effective. And our lasers actually outrange any potential weaponry they may have, and I'm not going to test whether they do have any weapons on them. But this is good. This is very good. Look at that guy. He's going to town.
Warning.
Oh god, they do have weapons. Do not get too close. I think I just had a bit of damage on there, but we're fine. But this thing is good. It's taking 4 targets on at a time. It's I'm quite happy with this little design. It's working. It's probably not 100% efficient. I'll have to work out what the total resources were to make this, but it's working. It seems that targets highlight red when they're being targeted or in range. And if we go look at, yeah, we're fine. We're barely touching our... Let's dive down, go underneath. We're down to 27 pirate drones. Got to be very conscious of the fire. The firing cone. It's been overrun by rogue and it's taking it prime. So wait, reclaim junker station. This derelict station has been overrun by rogue drones and it's taking up prime orbital real estate. Looking for a brave contractor to dismantle it. The metal's yours for the taking, but watch out. The drones don't take kindly to visitors. Bring firepower and make sure you're paid up on your insurance. Well, we're doing fine. That's fine. We've got it. We're doing this. Look at all of that. This is all ours now, and we're going to basically refine it. Sorry, not refine it. Salvage it and just start building our fleet. And I really want to get that like a dedicated mining vessel up and running, and then turn our current vessel into more of a construction vessel of sorts. Right. Why are we not in range? So anything on the front it struggles with. Just directly, and there's like a blind spot just here, but if I put 2 lasers here, I think we should be fine. Just navigating around, make sure we can take all these out. There we go. Down to 21 pirate drones. Okay. And mind you, while we're doing this, I could actually set my other ship to come here on autopilot, and then we could start salvaging all of this. I think that's all the drones in this area. That was a very good cleanup. Right, we're going to send over our next our rig Mark 1. I'm actually going to rename this very quickly to combat drone, because it's more of a drone as opposed to a corvette. Combat drone. And we're going to send our Mark 1 chap. Let's see if we can get over there. Yeah, you see that? I'm trying to left click on. There we go. Fly to.
Online.
Hopefully that works. It will just fly over and works. Oh, there's all this loose stuff below. I mean, it's, you know, I'm going to pick it up. Actually, it's worth it. There's actually what 40 tons, 50 tons. 50 tons. Whoa, a lot more tons of iron. Look at all that iron. Maybe I didn't pick up in the first episode. I cannot remember, but that's fine. Just going to turn off these so I don't see all the trails in the UI, but that's fine. And I'm going to stop because now my haulers can head out safely. That you're stationary. So one thing to note: your haulers will only go out and start picking things up once you've become stationary. At least that's something that I've observed. So that's really key to know. So like fully stationary, come to a stop, pick up everything. So parking up well it is quite key. But 80 iron, 127, we've got so much cobalt, which is key. These two, iron and silicates, generally easy to come by, particularly as you can see over here. They're on quite a lot of asteroids, or most asteroids of this type. M-type asteroids are generally silicate and iron. There is this one, which is, oh, that's also an M-type. No, not M-type, sorry. So that one, surprisingly, has cobalt and silicate. And then this one here, which is a C-type, will be, was it silicate and thorium, I believe it's called. Yes, that's right. But these are all raw, and we will need the refinery for this. Going back to the rig Mark 1. Still need a name for that, by the way. And also thank you for the amazing response to my first video. The views, amazing. Just the overall commentary on there and the back and forth with people coming to watch, really appreciate it. I'm dumbfounded. I'm really thankful for the initial reception, which has been great. And I'm hoping through subsequent videos you'll join me on this journey. I've actually started a Steam guide for Starminer. Based on the campaign and what I'm discovering as we're flying around and playing the game. And I'm putting my tips and tricks in there as well. So hope you'll have it in a readable format as well as long form videos. But I think we've, I'm just going to go and get that one more piece just there. Just fly down and then forward. But we will need to go around and claim all of these. What I'm going to do is when the rig Mark 1 is over breaking down the salvage here, I'm going to send the combat drone to commandeer the other 4 refinery modules or stations and eventually combine them. Okay, so we'll go around and commandeer them and then hopefully slowly bring them together. But there are some nuanced pieces associated with that, and I'm wondering now that I'm mentioning that, I'm wondering whether or not I do need to keep this ship along, because it's actually got some life support, being the water, and also additional colonists if we need colonists to man some of the modules that are available on each of those pieces. Okay, so we're going to head on over here. We're going to fly.
Autopilot online.
And at the same time, we're going to go on the combat drone. And we're going to find some more things to take out. And I had a feeling, yeah, over here we have some more, 20 more pirate drones, which we're going to take out. And I have a feeling there's a reason why they're guarding these. These could be high yield asteroids, or at least I hope they're high yield. And if we take those out, that might be our good starting place for a refinery operation. So back to the combat drone, and we're going to go over here. Oop. Just left click once and then fly to.
Online.
There was actually a beta branch release today, and I'm just going to bring up the release notes for it because it looks good. I think it's just patch 4. And I'm going to have a look at, sorry, my phone's making a bit of noise here. I'm just going to go to the developer Discord and just read it out because I think it's really key. They've put so much, you know, the amount of effort they're putting in and actually rolling out updates for the game is great, and the fact that they've got multiple branches so you can. Oh Christ, we're down. Oh God, pull back. Oh my God, this is not good.
Hull breach detected.
Retreat. Lasers in position. Okay. Never look at your phone while flying, that's for sure. Okay, let's just get that in position. Lasers are on. We're good. Ooh, that was me spinning on like a spinning top trying to think about. Okay. That was hazardous. No. Yeah, I cannot be distracted while driving. I thought I'd turn it off. Let's get in position. We're good. We're like a flying disco ball just taking things out. This is fine. Okay, as I was saying, rolling out patches. So if I go onto this and we have a look at info and news. So Roku on the developer Discord says patch 4 on the beta branch is now live. You can now opt in or wait a couple of days for the update on our default branch. More details here. So I will talk about that briefly in a moment, but there's some really cool things there. They've already introduced a new area or a new not solar system, but an area you can visit within a solar system. I think it is in Sol and it's on one of the moons of the planets available here. So we'll just kill these last few ones here. But yes, patch 4. I'm just going to read it as we're flying about. But this is done. That was quite effective. Go back to rig mark 1 and we will. Don't know why that stopped flying, but we want to go here, please.
Autopilot online. Autopilot offline.
That's annoying. Try the outer rim here because maybe there's something in the way.
Online.
So patch 4, right, looking at this, we're just going to go in Starminer 0.33.4 beta branch. Patch notes, addition. So there's a new map called Triton Ice Cluster in Neptune's orbit. Lots of ice and hostile activity. Come prepared. Toggable mode buttons at the top of the screen. I'm assuming that means top. It just says on the top. I assume it means top of screen. Switch between 4 modes. Tactical, which is default. Pilot, which is a locked camera. Autopilot, enable autopilot functionality. Build enables building. So it's quite easy to navigate between the 4 views as opposed to pressing hotkeys, and it's kind of arbitrary at the moment, whereas this is dedicated modes of how you play the game. At least that's how I'm reading it. We will continue to expand on the functionality of these modes. New water efficiency modifiers can now be researched to further reduce water consumption, and individual weapon sound effects are being introduced. Low-key station, LOQUI, station becomes possessable at the end of the homebound objective chain. And then we've got some tweaks. So added movement dampening to the mega solar frame. Only 1 mega solar frame can be built per planet. Survival score repositioned on the HUD, so that's for the survival mode. Increased visibility and brightness of scanning effects. Hangar ship icons no longer scale with distance, which is good because that really clutters up you know, your screen, updated product icons. I wonder if that's possibly linked to the bug we discovered in the last episode with the refined materials. When you click on a, well, I can demonstrate that here. If I click on this, you know what, we need one that we've actually did some discovery on. Where is it? This one here. Go fly over this. So on here, if I click on this here, it's showing the chunk product icon, the chunk iconography, so unrefined symbol here, but we know that this is a salvageable state, so they should be showing these square ones, I would have thought, in the debris bit here. This is what I'd expect to see when you click on an asteroid or something that you have to mine and then refine thereafter. So I'm wondering if it's talking about this iconography that would be taken from here and then placed into here against salvage wreckage that you can reclaim. Thereafter, what else have we got? Adjusted star map location positions to prevent overlap, updated icons for nuclear fuel and the automation window button, lowered ordnance requirement for the Foundation missions, tweaked fighter engagement range, ammo production changed from 2 iron per 4 ammo to 1 iron per 10 ammo. So there's some efficiencies there. There's buff to munitions and ammo production, which is good. Solar panel and thermal radiator opening audio no longer plays too many times at once. Good. And then there's a whole bunch of fixes. And I'll drop a link to the patch notes in the description so that you can read that at your own leisure. But feel free to skip this part if you want to just focus on the gameplay. But you know, just thought that would be useful to know. So we're here, we're at the wreckage, we have lots to do, we have to scan this. Okay, so scanners are on. I rotated the wrong way, and my gosh, we have got a lot here. Oh wow, look at all of this: Eonite, Cobalt, Silicate, and we don't have any storage for it, so I will be building that hauling freight that's just gonna pick up everything, or we turn it into a construction ship. We could build a construction ship which is going to hold on all these materials. And looking at these, actually no, it's not a lot of tonnage on these. There is 4 tons on that, 4 tons there. Yeah, it's not a lot, is it? All right, let's just roll forward. I'm being overwhelmed by the icons here. Just going to make sure that we're scanning these other bits. I mean, there must be at least 100 tons here, but not enough to warrant building a... and I've got 500 tons available. Do I have any of the modules on here that I could turn into metal storage? Let's just have a quick look. Yes, I do. I have 2 at the front. I'm going to turn these into metal storage here. And that's going to introduce... I can't remember how much it is. $200 tons. So I can introduce 400 just having these 2 on. So we'll do that. And we're going to turn on our lasers. And we're going to rotate into position. And we're going to go down. Good. This is very good. Got lots of cobalt. And I think at the same time, so that I'm going to make a dedicated mining ship. Okay. The mining ship is going to go and mine asteroids. And it's first going to go over to here. It's going to be a mining hauling ship. Okay. So a lot of storage. And the ability to decimate asteroids in quick succession. I'm going to press B again, and I'm going to... And I think we've got enough storage on here. At 1,200, we've got 1 more being built at the front. That's fine. I'm going to build that other build point right here. And I'm going to just add on a Hulk module. I'm going to then click on this, and I'm going to have a look for the orientation. So the front is there. And I'm going to go ahead and actually build some metal storage. And I'm actually going to build another node on the front. Like that, and I'm going to build one on top.
Construction completed.
And build another metal bit there. So we're going to have plenty of... We should be able to build this in full. But each of these, I can't remember how much they introduce. These introduce, I think it's 1,000. Let's just unclick B and click on this. Yeah, it's 1,000 tons of storage of metal storage, which is phenomenal. And I think this ship will not require water.
Construction completed.
No, it will, and there's a reason why it will. We're going to put some haulers on it. Lots of haulers around the sides here, so 4 on each side. Here, actually, let's just check the research. Do we have a medium hangar? I can't remember where that sits, but a medium tier 2 hangar holds 3 engineers, whether they be constructors or haulers. I just got to remember where they sit. It's here, and it's 9,000 credits. So, I think short term, we're going to go ahead and have 8 haulers on this mining ship initially. And I'm going to build like bits that go over the top and the bottom. When I say that, it's these module pieces here. So storage will be around the center.
Construction completed.
And we're just making this up on the go.
Construction completed.
But it would be nice, I think. Which one do I want afterwards? I want this, because then you've got the 2 pieces on the left and right hand side. The cleft node. Really good for having those 2 pieces on the angular, two module location for tier 1 module locations. But just for aesthetics, I'm going to just do this, so it looks a bit more in place. And I'm actually going to put that there. And at the same time, I'm going to put 2 of these on. This is going to be a big boy. Okay, it's going to be a big boy. This is a dedicated mining frigate. And I will have to move this ship around so it can hit the other pieces. Because this is not a dedicated construction ship. This will become a dedicated construction ship. But for the time being, this is what we're going for. Actually, you know what we could actually research instead? I'm going to go for this. There's a reason why I'm going to go for that. I'm actually going to delete this. I don't want to use too much of my whatchamacallit, my cobalt, because I think we're running low. No, we have tons. Okay, I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to balance the weight because I just noticed it was tipping forward as I was going down as opposed to evenly. Always remember to balance your ship so it performs as optimally as possible when you start traversing. But I'm just moving my ship down, and it is in full throttle. Everything's working. Our construction engineers, our tier 2 construction tower, and we're mining and salvaging. You know, this is as good as it gets. You're building your fleet, and at the same time you're salvaging a ton of materials. So it's an endless loop, which is great. Going back to our combat drone, let's head over to. Ooh, this is surrounded by lots of material, so I wonder if we keep this here. And this is the storage module. The refinery energy module's close by. But I'm thinking with this, what's it got on board? It's got 2k water and 40,000 colonists. I think that's fine. It looks like it's got capable energy capabilities. It's got quite a lot of tier 1 and also tier 2 solar panels. So let's go claim this first. Let's go to our combat drone just here. And I think we're going over here. We're going to fly.
Autopilot online.
And going back to our rig. Yeah, we're doing good. Everything's building. It's just the iron that we're really not doing too well on. Okay, so our mining ship is doing what it needs to, okay, but while it's doing that, and I will periodically go over here just to push it into position to continue its salvage operations. It's doing a good job as it is, but we're going to claim this. This is the refinery station storage module, and it's got a ton of parts, water. It's got a lot on it, so it looks like it can hold a fair bit. And if I click on it, it has 12,100 tons of metal storage capabilities, 2,000 tons of parts, which is munitions and refined pieces of resources that you not refined resources, but consumable. Like I guess you could describe them as the third stage of refinement. So you've got your You've got your unrefined materials. Then you have your refined materials. You use a combination of refined materials to then make other materials like fuel cells, munitions, etc. And we'll go into that when we actually look at refining properly. But this is a big boy, and it looks like it can cope with its own heat. So I'm going to go ahead and possess, and it has some numbers on it, and it looks like this actually has thrusters in place, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to assume this is the rear of the ship, okay? And we're going to have to try and put the pieces together so that it flies properly. So back to the combat drone. We're going to fly over to the next piece, which is this is the energy storage apparently. So I'm going to fly over there.
Online.
Wonder if it's going to...
Autopilot offline.
Thought so. Let's just get down low, and then we'll fly to the nav point.
Autopilot
Hopefully
online.
that's fine. Yeah, we're good. It's flying. I just had to get it out the way of the rear here, but that's fine. This is up and running. It's good. How much water? We got 2,000 water. It's going to last 24 hours. I think we're fine. That's okay. Back over here. This ship is pretty much there. We just need to put on some... You know what I'm going to put on? Some tier 2. I think... Oh, I almost pressed W there. That was not good. We're going to go down a bit. But I'm going to put on this. Can we actually build some tier 2 solar panels? That is a negative. When can we get tier 2? Is that under It's under energy. 5,000 credits. Okay, so we need to sell some stuff and actually earn this. This is going to make things easier. But for the time being, I'm just going to make it look kind of pretty with some solar panels all over it, so you can actually have some energy in place. It'll become a little bit more self-sufficient on the top and the bottom for now, and then we'll have to think about heat later on. But no, that's good.
Construction completed.
Cool. Back to the combat drone. We are now here. I'm going to go ahead and possess. And how much energy does this have to actually fly over? You know what? No, we can't actually add on. And it's cooling at least. Just keeping an eye on the energy. So 94, 94, 95. I wonder if I can just fly it over there. And it would probably have to go on like this or something like that. Yeah, anyway, let's just fly it over to here.
Autopilot online.
Okay, and the combat drone, we're going to send that over to the next piece, which is, God, it's miles away. Or is it? Yeah, 63. It's over here. And what's this? 7,000. The hell is that all the way over there? I have no idea. That's quite peculiar, but this is the last... Oh, there's a habitat piece as well, which is above. That's that. Energy one has just stopped in its tracks. We're going to just do this. We're going to turn off the linear dampeners and just have it coasting at 30, well, pretty much 30, 28. There we are, 30.6 meters per second. We'll slow down when we get there. Taking it slow. We're not going to have another collision like we did last time. That would just be diabolical. We're skipping the beat. I know that we were meant to be doing all this over here, but you might as well be doing things in parallel. So multitasking is also key for expanding super quickly. Oh God, don't crash into that, please. Right, dampeners on. And we'll just get a little bit closer with dampeners on. And you notice because of the weird shape of this, it's flopping all over the place. I'm holding W, and it's not generally going... Well, it is now. It's going in a straight direction. But I will need to play around with where I'm going to place this. I'm not too sure where this is going to sit on this. It's overheating. We'll just hold it here. Back to the combat drone. We're going to fly over to... Ah, that's exactly where we want to go.
Autopilot online.
Yeah, that's the habitat. That's the refinery station habitat, which we'll also need to latch on. Just need to think about how this is all going to come together. But this has some heat dumpers, I think they're called. I always get it wrong. No, they're water storage. 3 water storages, so much water storage, and some energy. It's got 80 colonists on it, so that would be good for expanding our fleet as well, because you can move colonists to other habitats on other stations as well. I'll demonstrate that too. But going back to... Okay, that's fine. It's good. Is this under my jurisdiction? Nope. Just combat drone. Yeah, there we go. This, possess, and this has 3 hours. And the last piece is this. It's actually the refinery station, and this has, yeah, it's got enough on there, and I just need to figure out how this is going to fit onto all of that over there. Okay, so combat drone, we are going to fly over here.
Autopilot online.
And then the... Where is it? Habitat module? Let's just see if I can get you to... fly down to this.
Autopilot online.
Hopefully. It has got enough energy by the looks of it. But very, very sluggish. Right, back to... That's actually got... It's overheating just a bit by the looks of it. Yeah, this is going to be a puzzle to put together. Right, back to the rig Mark 1. Rotate. Further. We are full of stuff. Let's build. Okay. So on here... Does not like that at all, does it? Because of the positioning of... Get the laser in place. There we go. It's going to be a big boy, that's for sure. I'm wondering... Okay, here's the plan. I'm going to actually scrap these. And by doing so, you'll notice we're storing the actual materials within these, because each of these Hulk nodes can actually hold... Oh, they don't hold anything now. I thought they actually held some storage, but they don't. It's actually these bits which do, but that's fine. We've got plenty of storage. Scrap. And scrap. What we're going to do is put some extensions on. Like that. And that.
Construction completed.
And then we can actually put a node here. And another node. And I think that... I have no idea how this is going to fly, by the way. I'm a bit worried.
Construction
There we go. And then we can actually put some bits around the outsides. But that looks okay. And I think our lasers and everything are going to sit around this piece here. But this will hold 6,000 tons of unrefined materials. But we'll need to put some hangars on it and stuff like that. And I think the hangars can sit at the back here. I mean, it flies a bit better. Just going to rotate this in a way that the
low energy.
I know it's low energy, that's fine. Oh, that's not good. It's going to perpetually spin until I actually put some solar panels on it. There and there. Some solar panels just there, and I think I can actually put some here.
Warning, low energy.
I know. That may collide, or is it stopped? No, it's moving at 0.1 meters per second. but that's okay. It's completely lost energy. So when you're constructing your extra ships, make sure that you actually put a few modules on there to make it self-sustainable. I'm going to just click this. I'm actually going to go and scrap that piece there. I'm going to do the same here too. So I like symmetrical ships. I don't know why. It's not really symmetrical, but it's a bit of a behemoth. That is clear. And I will actually build bits that come out to the sides. Or I could do something else. I just had a thought. I'm going to get rid of this and this. So then you have more surface area around the front. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to scrap this. Where's scrap? There you are. Okay, like that. At least it's a little bit more symmetrical, but I'm going to turn this into... basically like a flying fist. That's what I want to go for. Something like a bit more of a fist. A flying fist with lots of potential around the front here. And we can stick arrays on this as well. So what we could do... that might work. Can I actually build something on here? Yes, I can. We're good. That's what we're going for. There we go. Yeah, this is fine. Here we go. And that's but one side of it. Okay, and we're going to do the same on the other. And then it's got lots of opportunities for expansion, lots of module pieces that we can put on it. But this is our dedicated mining vessel. Okay. And it's working well. How are we doing for resources on our rig? Let's fly it a little bit closer. And we'll balance it again, because I noticed the front was tipping. And we'll tip it as soon as we have some more angle. That's a very peculiar setup I have set up. Nope, we've got to rotate this way. There we are, and then we have all 5 lasers at work. Excellent. This was a great shot. I mean, this is a big mining vehicle, or will be when I complete the other side. But it does fly okay by the looks of it. We will need to put some thermals on it. Is it because I've run out of cobalt? No, it isn't. It's just because of the tilt. So let's come down a bit. Hoping that one now. Yeah, now our laser is in range. So there's a lot of repositioning when you want lots of things to be working. Now I wonder why these are all tilted out. They shouldn't have. Probably not enough energy stored. No, we don't. We need some energy stored, and we need some big power. We need a lot more power in order to move this. Because the amount of thrusters, considering all these different Hulk nodes, these all can... Yeah, here we are. If we look at the boosters here, if I move them around, yep, you see here, each of them consume minus 24 as it's moving. I think that's the same for all of them. Yep, 24, 25. Okay, and if you think of that across all the Hulk nodes we have, that's quite a lot of energy being consumed. But I'm just going to quickly, rapidly expand all of this. Oh, it's because you can only put these on. So yeah, certain modules only allow you to attach certain modules onto them as the child, parent. There we go. It is just a big ball of pain, or it will be, and it's going to have 8 lasers on the front here, and we're going to have the haulers. You can have hauling compartments on the 2 sides here, and also some trade cargo hangars and trading ports as well, so they can quickly send resources in and out. But minding that, let's go back to our combat drone, which is here. Several modules are large refinery stations scattered around the sector. The main treasure is the refinery station storage module. There are others you can find and utilize. Find the refinery station storage module and merge it with the refinery station. Okay. Yep, fine. So I wonder if I can... We'll possess this. This has enough energy, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to fly it over to here. So I'm going to click on this. Oh.
Autopilot
I'm going to do the same with our combat drone. We're going to send him over there as well, but to this point.
Autopilot
And they'll both
online.
head over there. I hope this won't get lost or out of energy or anything like that. Just don't know why this has stopped.
Autopilot online.
There we go. Looking good. We have done a lot. This is proving very fruitful. We've done a lot in this second episode. We're bringing together Refinery. We've struck gold on resources and you know, building expanding our fleet at a rapid pace.
Offline.
And this is now offline. Why would it be offline? Let's try the most external extremity.
Autopilot online.
We're good. We're moving forward, and I think we'll be okay for energy. Yeah, we're good. Nice. And our combat drone's already made it here. Gosh,
Autopilot offline.
I got a rookie protector. Why did that stop? Nope. We're good. We're coming together. Oh, is that going to clash? No, we're fine. And this actually has your 2 tier 2 refineries on it. These big boys here. And if I right click on this, it can produce... Oh, I gotta collapse this. Iron, silicate, cobalt, thorium, and water, whereas a smaller one can only do iron, silicates, and water. So tier 1 refinery does iron and silicates and water. Tier 2 does iron, silicates, cobalt, thorium, and water. And I think tier 3 then goes to expand and actually include Eonite, I think, but don't quote me on that. I'll have to go and check in the research. But under industry, yeah, tier 3 refinery, iron, silicate, cobalt, thorium, and ice ore or water. Yeah, ice ore. So and that's a big boy. That's a huge piece. It's probably, I think it's built bigger than the Hulk module. But we now have all 4 pieces together, except this one. I'm going to see if I can move this down. How are we doing for water? Yeah, we're fine. I just need to move him to this. You have to actually select the specific piece
Autopilot
that you want to fly to. And I'm hoping, because it's the most outer extremity of the shape. Nope, it's not. I'm going to move him right a bit. What the hell is that going on over there? Is that mining? There's something going on there, that's for sure. Oh no, it was a nav. Let's see if I can click this. No, that didn't work. It's very the autopilot is a bit awkward.
Autopilot online.
And it's a shame that I didn't pick up. You know what? Before we,
Autopilot offline.
I'm going to fly into it because I'd like to see what the message says. Because you actually physically fly into it. Assembling the habitat module. Refinery station is the rendezvous point. Okay, for refinery storage, habitat modules are scattered throughout the so find all 3 parts, navigate them to the refinery station and merge the stations into one. Fine. And then we just keep it still, I imagine. I don't think it needs to fly anywhere.
Autopilot
It's just going to be a
online.
stationary big bulk. It's going to fly, I hope.
Autopilot
Nope.
offline.
It's very... You know what? I'll fly to this one.
Autopilot online.
Please work. Because it's going to have no asteroids near it, so it should be able to fly to it with ease.
Autopilot offline.
No, we're going to have to do it. So, yeah, autopilot. Hopefully the patch 4 will fix this. God, we actually have this big thing here that we can actually mine and harvest as well. And refine. And I wonder if we can actually put some munition factories on this big boy as well. That's a big boy. I'll call it Big Boy Refiner. Okay, we're flying in. Just going to keep the dampeners. Just keeping an eye on the energy. Energy's fine. We're not eating into our energy reserves, and we actually have we're producing enough energy on this, which is good. going to balance everything just to make sure. But yeah, plenty of water on here. Just got to find the right place to actually attach this. Upgrade complete, apparently. Don't know why I upgraded, but I upgraded something. Now, we have everything here. Our fleet is coming together. Look, all of these pieces. So that's come to, so 1, 2, 3, 4, all pieces here. Now, how does it fit together? If anyone knows how this fits together nicely, I would like to know. And I'm going to assume this attaches to this, and then these bits probably go on here. Not entirely sure. But we're going to select this ship. We're going to rotate it so the bottom, this is going to be considered the bottom of the ship. Or the station, but it has thrusters on it, so it makes me think that it should be able to move around fairly confidently. Okay. I am thinking this goes on in here, in the middle. Yeah, I know. Oh, no. Oh, that's fine. We're fine. Okay, there's a very... I'm going to pause. And that's really key. What I can do here is I'm going to say with this one, I want it to receive energy. And this one, I want it to send energy. And now that is going to send energy to that Hulk module. And hopefully the dampeners will come back online when I unpause. And it's not going to go fly into asteroids. That is what you call a clutch save on preventing your ships from falling apart and colliding when they run out of energy. So that's what I mean when I say, yeah, you need that. This is the caveat. Okay, I almost collided. Well, I did collide. I almost broke this ship, and I'm just going to line this up like so. And it's taking energy in, which is good. So it's always really handy to do this when you've got multiple parts that may not be self-sufficient and you don't have like a support ship nearby. And I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to select the ship. I'm going to make this... cancel. I'm going to make this one receive engine energy. I'm going to make this one... not receive energy. That's... yeah, that's fine. Is this sending energy? Yeah, go back to this one. And then we say on this one, want this one to receive the energy. So you can between Hulk nodes, you have the ability to send or receive energies or both. So even though ship parts aren't connected yet, they can support one another within close proximity. It's very handy that they can transfer that energy between them, and as I said, when they're not self-sufficient stations and they need other parts or other frigates, other stations, support vessels nearby to bring it all together. And now I'm just navigating the refinery station to align with the refinery station. I can't think. I haven't got the words in my head. The refinery station storage, and I'm just moving in position. I'm just thinking if I've got it the right way round with how I want this to actually come together. I have 2 more parts and I don't really know how they're going to fit on. I'm wondering. I'm just going to slap it on like this. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. But I'm going to do it from this perspective. And I'm going to say dock station for now. Which then gives us the option to merge it at some point. But I'm just looking at all of this and trying to ascertain whether or not what I've got here is fine. And I could probably reinforce this bit around here in some way. And I'm thinking... I'm wondering if this will slot in nicely in this gap here. I don't know. It might not. It might not. Very finicky. I don't know if this is going to work. We'll see. Why has that got a symbol there? What is this? Oh my goodness. This here is a trade station, a trade ship port. You know what that means? You can signal for ships to come here and buy resources off your ship. But I don't know how you make that work. Designate an empty socket for a trade ship to dock and exchange resources. That's something we need to figure out. And that means that we can just perpetually sell stuff and make loads of credits, which is really key. That is so cool. But this module here is driving me up the wall. I'm going to go backwards and up. And I'm hoping I can just slot this into here. I hope. I mean, I could even put it underneath, really.
Construction completed.
Like that.
Warning, low energy.
Yep, thought as much. Is it? No. I can't. That's forward and back. That's that way. B. Is that going to fit? I don't know. Oh.
Construction completed.
Okay, back to the refinery station, refinery energy, storage. We're gonna bite the bullet. We're gonna merge, and then we're going to dock.
Warning,
Oh,
detected.
sugar! We have lost one energy module, and we almost destroyed our refinery. Okay, that was not good. Okay, so this isn't technically the perfect start, but we can build that energy module in the future. But we're learning. So when you've got to be very careful when you merge your modules. So through error, I'm teaching, so you don't make the same errors. And I'm going to find where I'm going to actually position this. I'm thinking, you know what? I'm going to take this, I'm going to rotate it round so as I can then put energy off to the sides. And I'm going to attach it just here. And I'm going to mirror this design on the other side. Dock the station. Oh, are we okay? Are we okay? Yeah, it's going to connect on both sides. Great, that is good. And I'm actually going to go and put this on this side, and then it or I could put it on the end. Actually, I'm going to put it here. Right on the end. Yeah. We're going to place it just on the end here. So all the workers will be close to the refinery bits that they need to go and work on. And then we can say that is done. What a complicated and difficult maneuver we're doing right now. We've got a defending combat drone just here, which is great. It's not really a drone. It's quite massive. So it's maybe we'll convert it into Corvette and rename it accordingly when we get to that stage. But I'm going to just bring this over, and I'm going to attach this on. And dock. Oh, and it's off center for some reason. But you know what? That's quite cool. So we will go to our refinery station. Not the refinery station, sorry. For some reason it's the energy module. I want that. Okay, that's fine. Have I messed this up? Where's the orientation for this ship? That's forward for some reason. That makes perfect sense. Oh, you know what? I'm going to select this. I'm actually going to say, make this the root module. Nope. Make this the root module. Oh my gosh. We need something to be forward, and I'm going to try this one actually. You know what? We'll rotate it round. So with the, you know, we're going to talk about the nav gimbal here, okay? So you may notice that I'm rotating it. There's a button here to reset it, and that's going through this axis here. It's actually going through the rear of the ship. I'm going to press my WASD keys, holding shift. Nope, not shift, sorry. What am I doing here? That is... Okay. So the orientation of the ship is that way, and I'm pressing A and D to rotate it round. So A is going counterclockwise, and I'm just going to hold it down so it rotates round until it gets into a good position that is looking at the front of the ship, which is there, and that's where my my gimbal is going to be. That's the front. The thrusters point in that direction, and we are happy with that. So I'm going to turn that off, and if I press W and A, yeah. And it's a little bit wobbly in places, but we will reinforce all of this. We'll just go with that. And I'm going to go here. Sorry, go back to this. I'm going to go merge, and this one, merge, and we have our big ship. And I'm going to go select this one here and make this the root module right in the center. I'm going to again look at the nav gimbal. And that's forward. Perfect. Very happy with that. So this is ready. Our refinery station is in good stead. So this is complete. This is in place. It's not very good for moving around, however. But if we look at our modules, what do we have on this whole ship? I say all. So we have a ton of core. We've got loads of energy batteries. We've got 7 pages of modules on here. We've got some habitats. Only 2 hangars, trade ship locations, metal storage. Now we should have some trade. No, we don't. Okay, so this will need a lot of work done to it. So we've done. This is a big milestone. We have built the refinery. We've put it together. A little mishap with the energy section on the right here. And I don't know if we do have a lot. No, we don't have it yet. But under research, under energy, we can... Industry then? I always forget where... Here we go. For some reason, under mining, you have the energy battery and the 2 tiers of energy batteries. I'd expect that to sit under energy, in my mind. Otherwise, you could just type it in here and type into the search. And type in energy battery space. Yeah, here we go, and then we could just find them. So at least you have search functionality within the operations interface, which is good. Right, so this is up and running. Let's go back to this ship here. We have this to finish. We're going to go like that. I'm actually going to rotate it round so that we can get the rest built. Get working, tier 2.
Low energy.
Yeah, I know we're low energy, but that's fine. Back onto here, what we're missing? Silicates. Right. As I said before, we're going to absolutely harvest the hell out of this. And we'll come back when this is completed and we've got some more resources. And then we'll have something that's mining that's going to actually send resources over to our big boy ship. But the great progress. Refineries put together. A huge mining ship is almost put together, which is going to be perpetually auto-trading. Fingers crossed, touch wood. Auto-trading its unrefined chunks over to the refinery. Once the refinery has some trade hangar or hangar doors. I think they're called hangar doors. Let's just double check what my meaning is. So on here, if we go to... Yeah, large cargo bay enables the deposit and withdrawal of resources constructed on large build slots. So we could put those over on the big one, and jobs are golden. And what I'll do, I'll keep this as a multifunctional ship for now because it's always quite handy to have one of those. And we'll have some specialist ships like this big giant mining vessel as well, or as I've called it, the mining frigate. I'm just going to rename this whole thing here so it actually just reads my refining station. Boom. And again, in the comments, please let me know if there's anything or any names that you come up with that we could rename some of our stations. I think that'd be really cool. I'd be quite happy with that. So we're going to speed up this, get this up and running. But you know what? I'm going to do that outside of the video. I'm going to collect all the resources because we've come to it's quite a lengthy video, so I'm going to keep it to the hour and 20, hour and 30 mark. But I'm going to collect all the resources, which is the boring bit, collate them, and then at the beginning of the next episode we will finish this mining frigate here. Okay. I will also send the ship. I'm going to go over to this mining piece here. Mining piece salvage area just here because there's lots of iron. I think there's good chunks of it. 20 tons. Well, 2 pieces. I wish one thing for the developers, if you go to use metrics for mass and then numeric values against the debris, I mean, at least say it's 20 tons worth. I mean, 2 just tells me two chunks of silicate are going to come off, and when I say chunks, it's more a set of 10 tons. So it's a bit misleading, the UI. Debris will give you the number of elements that will fall off as you're mining it, but then when you hover over the debris and in the center of the UI, you get told the total mass and then the composition of it. So this is a mass of 40, 20 tons iron, 20 tons silicate, which equals 40 tons, which is actually 4 units that you mine off it. So it's just a bit of disparity there on the user interface, but I guess you like the measurement of mass on there versus how many chunks you're going to get or pieces of resources come up. But it's just a thought. That's my own thought. It's just a bit of a disconnect there. But yeah, we are going to finish off mining this area, salvaging this area. I need to make sure I use the correct verbiage, but we will salvage all of this. And we will build that giant, well, I say giant, that very specialist mining frigate. And then we just need to put some cargo doors on our other ship. And then we can start auto trade. Because if I go to auto trade automation, we can do automation with the refinery station and the mining frigate. So we can create requests between them. And as the mining frigate hits certain milestones or hits conditions, like it has 100 of silicates, then throw all those silicates across, and do on repeat. So each time you hit 100, send out 100, and then repeat that process for iron, cobalt, all of them. And then that refining station will just refine it all, and then we can start building and trading, which will be ideal. And more importantly, we will be able to completely... I can't click on it. Yeah, there we go. We can completely unsiphon or reallocated all the resources that were siphoned off Pannonia 2 and progress the campaign. But with a large fleet or larger fleet, and capabilities of ensuring that we continue a full life cycle of resource production and fleet management. So it's good. I think we're doing really well here. But yeah, I'm going to close there. I'm mumbling on now. Please be sure to subscribe if you want to see more of this content in the future. I'm having a blast playing the game. I'd like to see your comments in the comment section. I'll be sure to engage with you. Any questions or comments that you may have, things you like, things you dislike, and please like the video and subscribe today. This is OllieStrikes signing out for now. Ciao.